right, ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian, Elisa Litke.
Hi, make some noise if your name is never on a gift shop keychain. My name is Elisa. My sister's name is Sarah. My mother is here. Mama, what the fuck? Before you get mad at me for berating my mother, you should know one thing. One time I said to the family group chat, I said, I love you and I miss you all, and my mother sent back a picture of her smoking a cigar in the backyard and said, we don't. Why did you even have me? Is it just to berate me? Isn't that what marriage is for? My parents are night and day. I don't even know why they got married. They're both big. They enjoy the occasional cigar, but they used to be big cigarette smokers. And so one time we were on vacation, I saw everybody smoking cigarettes. And so finally I turned to my mama and I asked her, I said, Mama, would you ever smoke another cigarette again? And she went, no. Well, maybe if I was in Paris, sitting at a little cafe with a glass of wine and the Eiffel Towers in front of me, maybe like a little bit of cheese, then a cigarette would be nice. I turned and I asked my father the same question. I said, Papa, would you ever smoke another cigarette again? And he said, you see those people right there in front of us? If they offered me a cigarette right now, I'd take it in a fucking heartbeat. So you can tell who quit cold turkey and who quit like Nixon. As you can tell from the voice that I gave her, that sounds nothing like her. My mom has an accent. But it's not the worst accent in our family. My tia Yolanda, she has a really thick accent, and she used to work at a country club with a lot of white people, right? So they'd be coming up to her asking, oh, which way is the beach? And she'd go, oh, the bitch? Oh, it's that way. But one time she went to Blockbusters with her friend Joanne, and my aunt, she drove a huge SUV, because you know how all Mexicans are short and trying to overcompensate for it. Driving the SUV instead of the Ford Focus. And so they got to Blockbusters, right? And all the parking spots are like this. So small, right? And so she's like, the black bastards made the lines too small. Her friend Joanne was like, Yolanda, what? She said, the black bastards made the lines too small, the car cannot fit. And she said, Yolanda, so publicly, what are you saying right now? And she said, she pointed to the Blockbuster sign and she said, the black bastards made the lines too small, the car cannot fit. As I mentioned earlier, my mom is also the butt of every yoke. And she's been in America since 1993, so her accent has gotten better over the years, but she still asks college students what their mayor is. And she learned partly through school and partly through moving to America and having enough people yell at her, learn English! That one day it just clicked, But you could also make the argument that she's never learned at all. And so her English teacher told her, when you're speaking to an English speaker, just speak. Don't think about it. Don't get bogged down by the grammar. Just speak. They'll figure out what you're trying to say. Don't think about it. Just speak, right? So she goes to the grocery store and she's looking everywhere for what she's trying to find, but she cannot find it. So finally she gives up and she goes to the employee and she says, excuse me, sir, I've looked all over the store and I cannot find it. You guys have any orgies? And he said, come again? And she said, I looked all over the store and I couldn't find it. You guys have orgies? Like they have a gambayus? And he said, do you perchance mean oranges? And she said, yeah, oranges. You have that? But I tell you guys these stories because, my Aunt Yolanda, she died a few weeks ago. And, it serves as a reminder that mistakes are an inevitable part of human life, right? So we should laugh at our mistakes. But I also tell you these stories in case there are any black bastards looking for orgies. You can find me out back and meet my mom. Anyways, have a wonderful night.